Hi everyone, my name is Reetu Sharma and this is my garden after what happened in February. And I'm pretty sure all of you went through that heartache because I'm still recovering. And every plant comes out from that as a little baby. And it's just, yeah, it's just a miracle that 95% of my plants survived. They came back, even my moringas and bananas, and even jasmines. So yeah, nature is definitely a wonder, and we can never know enough. We can never know enough. So here we are. You can see this mess there and that mess there is that 7 days of snow. It killed all my plants, and yeah, I'm still collecting the debris and trying to make it compost, use it, right? I just can't throw it because I did put my heart into it last year. So today we are talking about Indian plants and how do we cooperate here in Austin. So first thing that Indian plants are tropical and subtropicals. So Austin weather does really good for Indian plants. So here's you can see this is my green gourd, and this is that big green, light green things you see. It's a very good source of like lots of vitamins, minerals, and same time, it's very low in calorie. So you can eat it up a lot. That's how we does, like we mix it with all the spices and we cook it. And yeah, it's a very, very good source of some low carbs. So this one is new, and I only started it 2 months ago, and everything seems like loving it. So this is a night blooming jasmine. That's a Thai paper. You can see it doing pretty good. This is a geranium, right? Rose scented geranium. It smells really good. And you can see my Thai basil here and there. I like to throw things. So what I generally believe that for me, gardening is very intuitional. I do not follow one kind of gardening. Because my father was a horticulturist and I learned from him, and my grandparents, they were farmers. So I learned from them too. It's just a very natural process for me. I do like the permaculture concept that we have to all the plants we put in here should be, coexiting with the other plants. So that's how you can see that everything I have here is kind of serving each other. Rose bushes here, some more green going, and they will fruit next month because they need a little bit more heat. That's why there's a reason to grow in Austin, because they love the heat. Last year I have them till the first frost we got, like end of November, right? So they were growing till then, and they were giving me food, and my neighbors were enjoying them. So here's my, all of these, right? Very tasty. I'm gonna let her eat it.
Lucky, so lucky.
So I want to talk about this one here. It's from a cactus family, and it's called Pirandi in Tamil language, and we use it to make chutneys, sauces, and it actually helps in people who have arthritis. So this one does help in arthritis, to make your bones strong. And I will bring it inside in the winter because this is a very tropical cactus. So I'm just letting it grow, and then I will dig it out to take it inside. And it does good here. I love heat. Here are my holy basil, Krishna Tulsi. Again, a very good herb to make teas, herbal tea. It gets really big. The bugs love it, the pollinators love it, and you can easily naturalize this one. It's gonna die in winter, but if sheet drops, it will come back. So you can totally naturalize these herbs in your garden. This one is a henna plant, natural hair dyeing, right? I do have some in my hair, so you can see it. And this one I planted this year, but I do have one other side, and it was big and nice, and snow killed it, but it came back. So you can grow this one here too. And it's not invasive. They just stay where they are. They get slightly bigger, little bushy, but they're really good to have in your garden to make your own henna color, own henna dye. If you're like me, I like to stay as natural as I can. In my garden, I hardly use even that Caucasian, the neem thing. I hardly use any kind of pesticide or anything. So I feel like every bug has its role to play. And if there's a bad bug, there's definitely a good bug to control each other. So I do see sometimes bug here, there, and they look like weird or they're not good. I just kind of like, okay, they can handle each other. And I do grow enough food that if they eat some, it's okay. Here's my other plants growing. That's and this one of the herb, Cuban oregano or ajwain in Hindi or kapurwali in Tamil. And again, this one is a very good herb for stomach problems, for PMS and menstrual problems, pains. So all you do, you just boil it in the water and you just drink like a herbal tea. And it helps you to ease your stomach issues. And it's also very good in digestion. So I feel like if we love gardening, we all should have something like this in our garden for a rainy day. And again, it's very natural. It's, this is, again, a volunteer plant came up itself, and he's just loving the life. So as you can see, I like to put some flowers in between my herbs garden and you can see some Thai basil coming up, some Indian basil, and they just help you to keep the bugs away. And yeah, they look beautiful. That way. This green, it's lamb squatter, right, in English? But in Hindi, we call it batwa. And it does grow like a weed in our wheat crops in winter. But here it grows even in summer. And it's a very good source of, again, greens. It's recommended to not to eat a lot same time because these are wild plants and you just can't do too much. You just you eat like a salad, You all know this is a fern living the life, and I can trying to see some swallowtail. Yeah, I saw some going around, but I don't see any. Here's my okra coming up. I'm definitely behind this year because it took me some time to crop because everything was I don't know how to say it. Everything was dead. Everything was broken. So I started all again. Everything is new. So it's definitely taking some time. Okra. It's off the season, but I'm letting it. This came from last year. Bee balm. It's a herb. Oh, smell really good. Came from last year. Again, it's the flower is purple and bring lots of pollinator into your garden. And again, it's a native. So it just kind of, my whole idea with the gardening is I don't want to be fancy. I just want to coexist with like putting native plant next to a plant doesn't grow here, but it can do good here and it's not invasive. So those Indian plants there, all the gourds, they just die. With first frost, they're dead. And then I have to start everything from next year. And you can see some of my purple beans there coming out slowly but surely. And I want to show the Purnakira, the cucumber. See this one? The Purna cucumber here, that the yellow skin one, the Indian one.
Nice.
And I do have some Armenian cucumbers here. So with Purna cucumber, Armenian cucumber, they hold up till November, because these are normal cucumbers, the native cucumbers, they died like what? By end of July, August, right? It's too hot for them. But these guys, because they are tropical, subtropicals, they just love the heat. And you can just have lots of cucumber till the end of, or the first frost. So I will say do put these if you love cucumbers, because I do. My favorite flower, it's called Mr. Lincoln, and apparently it's the best smelling aromatic flower rose in the world. So I love it. It's doing pretty good. I don't know if you can smell it right now. It's too old. Did everybody smell it? You can see how much I love bananas. So they're everywhere.
You're teasing us with all these smells.
This one is ice cream banana. It's cold hardy, but not like what we got in February. It gets pretty big. It gives you really nice leaf. And I know if you don't get, it doesn't die, it can give you fruits. This is my rose of Saturn, doing pretty good. Got lots of buds, just waiting for the flower. And these are what's the English name?
The taro.
Yeah, taro. The Arvi in
Taro
Hindi.
roots.
Yeah, arrowroots. Arvi in Hindi, and it's a root, like a yam, right? We cook it. Again, you can make chips with it, same as you make chips with the sweet potatoes or potatoes. You just peel it, make some thin chips, and just put some oil, some herbs, your own Caucasian, and just throw it in the oven. And very tasty. These are my blackberries, doing pretty good. These are basil, the Italian basil. I think got lots of water, so I need to chop it off. More taro roots there. That is lots of different type of mint there. So here I had a big banana last year, and then that banana died in that snow, and now I have 2 baby bananas coming out. I thought I lost this banana, but it came out. That's paper longa from last year. It came out too. The long paper, it came out too, doing pretty good. That's ball Railia, you know, that purple flower blooms in December flower, they call it, right? So these are some of those plants who blooms in fall. I like that when something is blooming, right? Not everything is going to sleep, but something is blooming. So this one blooms in fall. Again, more milkweed. So I want to show you my Moringa, It's in that corner.
Do you think after that we'll do Q&A?
Yeah.
Okay.
And here you can see some more night blooming jasmine. These are some lilies, but they're late, so I don't know if they're gonna bloom or not, but they seems to be doing good. Oh, and I want to also show this thing here. It's called Chinese ground orchid. And I love this one because it's not finky at all, and it died in snow and it came back. So this one you just throw in your ground, give some compost, some water, some shade, and it will bloom. It will love the life. It will show you beautiful flowers. That's Koshendra. We use this one in India, especially in South, to make, when we put the flowers in our head, to make a string to put in with the mogra, with the jasmine in to put in our hair.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah. And that's Datura. Some more. Tulsi.
Tulsi.
Yeah, some more Tulsi. And you can see it's Krishna Tulsi because it's purple, dark. And this one came from last year's seed. I just let my plant go to seed and they come back. So you get more plants. And that's kind of the life cycle of the Tulsi. Here's some more Tulsi growing.
That's holy basil.
That's my elderberry. And I see a little bug, kind of, I think, trying to pollinate the flower. So this is a parijat, and this is again, one, it blooms in fall, and it smells really good. So it's a night jasmine, kind of. Yeah. You can see my name and different type of jasmines here. Madurai jasmine, and I don't know, they all are jasmine, but they're just different types. Some moringa there. And
Oh, mic tangle.
yeah. This one here is insulin plant. And this plant is it's recommended in Ayurveda if you eat one leaf, if you have insulin problem. You eat one leaf in the morning, empty stomach, and it does help you to control your insulin. Again, I will say do your research before you use it, but it's recommended in Ayurveda. Here's the go-to cola, Brahmi. Everyone knows about this one. You can see it already has the roots, so you can grow it easily. Very good for memory, for people who have trouble, Alzheimer, things like that. So again, a herb which helps you if you take in, moderation. And again, here's my the curry leaf plant, and I love this one. It smells pretty strong for other people, and it does. So we use it in cooking a lot, and I also use it to make my hair oil. I put this. I put some. I let it dry. I put some of the hibiscus leaves and the flowers, and that thing I showed you there, the pink grass, and I just make my own hair oil, and it seems to work in my hair.
Beautiful. All right, I see lots of
I just
questions. Oh, one more
thing.
plant.
Yeah.
One more plant, and then we'll go to Q&A.
Yes, that's a special one. Here's my moringa. It died, and I was not sure that if this guy gonna come back, but he came back. and he's loving the life. And you all know that they call it the miracle plant. You can use it to make your herbal tea. You can use it as a salad green. You can cook it with like a sag. So it's so many, like you can use everything about this plant, the flowers, the leaves, the seed, the pods. I think we covered. Can you see some more?
The bananas too.
No, the turmeric.
Oh yeah, the turmeric.
Yeah. So here's the turmeric. It grows pretty good here.
Nice.
And turmeric flowers are the most beautiful flower I ever saw. They're beautiful. And I think we should have it just to at least see the flower, because it's, one of very gorgeous flowers I ever saw. Some more turmeric. They grow very easy here, very hassle-free. They like shade and some nice sun, but mostly shade. So that's why I have it here, because they get the morning sun and then sun is out there. And you can see this is my Riz God. My loofah from last year. And it was all covered here.
That's a Texas persimmon, right? Or is that a mountain laurel or a
Oh, this guy here?
yeah,
It's a Crepe Myrtle.
Crepe Myrtle.
Yeah. So it was covered here. I had like hundreds of loofah hanging here, and it was beautiful. I loved it. I think my neighbors are pretty nice. They loved it too. This is the henna coming back from the ashes. That banana came back from the dead too. Yeah. And this is some spinach. It's a different spinach if you see. They call it Indian spinach. So I'm letting it seed, and so any of you need some seed, let me know. I can share it. And you see my curry leaves came from last year. It died and came back. And that's the green gourd. Yeah, bitter gourd, sorry, and the grapevine. These are tuberose. The white flower blooms in night and smell really beautiful. Okay, we are good here.
Okay, well, we're gonna switch up. We're gonna leave this camera, the hot phone, and go back to the laptop so we can do Q&A.
Beautiful. What a beautiful garden. So they're switching cameras right now. And we'll get to the questions that are in the chat.
This audio, how do we get rid of this? Because it's going to mix with that.
If you haven't had a chance yet to change your name in the participants, so that we can put you in the proper neighborhood. I see a couple there that are
Okay, we can sit together.
still needing to rename themselves. It's north, south, east, or west. I've seen most people. There's just a couple people that haven't put their name, their location yet. And then after we do Q&A, we're going to have breakout rooms and ice cream social, and games.
All right. Thanks for hanging in there, everybody. We we practiced it last week, and it was, of course, we were loving the long spring and cooler weathers, and my phone didn't overheat. We
got the sound in the end, so that was good.
Oh, that's good. Okay, good. Yeah, so I didn't get a chance to see some of the questions that came up.
There's a lot of questions in the chat.
Okay. So let's kind of go through here. So there was the heart-shaped plant that was low carb, and someone wanted to know the name of that one. And I know that you were going to put together a list. Did you get a chance to do that so we can share it?
That's the title, heart shape, right?
I think so, but it was at the beginning too.
Oh, it was in the beginning.
Maybe it was the
Oh,
gourd,
it's there, yeah. Hey,
I think it's a bottle gourd.
the bitter
green.
gourd.
Bottle.
Bottle
gourd.
gourd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been
Had a
answering
list
some of
you put up?
it.
Did you say you had a list that you can share?
Did you end up getting a list together, or it's not a big deal if not?
Oh, you want to share right now?
Oh, we can, or we can share it
Okay,
after the
yeah,
meeting.
yeah.
We'll put it up on our website. Reetu put a list together that we'll share out on our email, and we'll put it on our website. That's a list of all the plants, like a handout for everyone.
Right,
So all these Indian vegetables, they need a little bit more heat. So that I think it's going to take 1 or 2 weeks more when I will have fruits. And that's kind of the problem, that we did not see lots of the fruit. We just saw the but once I have I have photos from last year, so I can make a little, write-up with the handout with the photos and what are they used for, what's their name, and then we can just post it here or on our page.
Yeah.
On
Instagram.
Instagram.
Yeah. Okay.
low carb plant. Then you had one that you talked about for arthritis.
Yes, the Pirandi. That's again, it's a cactus. It comes from a cactus family.
Do you want to type it in
name?
too in the chat?
Is there an English name of that, or is that a?
There is an English name for it. It's a big one. I'm just gonna.
I already put in the message.
Yeah.
We did. Okay.
Or she put it in the message.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Probably, I see it. Belled grape. Cissus quadralis. I can't say it.
Let's see. So going back up to the questions, someone asked, where do you buy your plants and seeds?
So, I buy lots of my seeds from the Baker Creek.
Baker Creek?
We also have little Indian companies called Indian Seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And we also buy, not like sometimes I buy, but we also get from friends here in Austin. So we share our seeds, we share our little baby plants, and we do have some people who have little nursery, and they just, you can buy from them.
Yeah, and I joined the Indian Plant Gardener group of Austin. It's a Facebook group, and that's where I actually met Reetu and a few other members. And it's a great resource just to learn some of the Indian plants. And also, there's people that sell, there's some people doing giveaways. And so it's a great resource. And
there are some really amazing gardeners. Like my garden is just, if I say it's a 1-year-old garden, because whatever I actually started it last year in March, but everything died. And so whatever I have right now, it's just what I started this year in March. But there are some really amazing gardeners who have been doing this last 10 years, 20 years, and their garden is more polished, more beautiful, more organized than mine. And they have more knowledge than me. And I'm pretty sure, they can put, like, if you reach out to them, they can definitely put more inputs into it. And
Reetu, please let us know how to volunteer on those places.
Yeah, I will definitely, put some names here, or I will put my sources where I get my plants. I love jasmines, all kind of jasmine. So you can see I kind of have like 10 varieties of jasmines. And we didn't show you the front yard there. This is where I have all my marigolds. So I love marigolds and jasmines, and I'm more than, you all are more than welcome to. I'm willing to share my seeds and cuttings, and I have lots of volunteer plants growing. So any of you need some bottle gourd or loofah or rice gourd or green gourd or bitter gourd, I have seeds, I have baby plants to share. Yeah, so please do reach out if you need something. I can always share a cutting.
So Mary asked when we were looking at the herb that was I think that it was in the daisy family.
Oh yeah, the false daisy,
The false daisy.
bringgrass. It's
that
called
the-
bringgrass.
It had like a big leaf.
Oh, maybe that was a different one.
Big leaf.
Hmm,
It's that one, insulin plant.
maybe.
Hmm.
There's so many.
Yeah,
Beautiful
there's
one.
so many. But I will, like, whatever we saw today, and it's not very usable for gardeners, I will definitely take a picture and write a name and a scientist's name and put it right up there, so people will have some resource to look up to.
Nadia asks, what fertilizer do you use?
I don't use anything. I just try to compost every little things from my house, and garden, leaves, everything. And I just, I don't know. I feel like those fertilizer, even if they say organic, I don't feel comfortable using them. So my thing is, I just throw whatever I can and garden kind of, yeah. But I do use buy some soil.
Potting soil.
Yeah, potting soil, some garden soil every year, and just mix with my own compost, and just that's how I use it.
Mm-hmm.
So I try to not to use fertilizer and the bug killer or anything like that.
Yeah, and you're in the kind of like the floodplain. I don't know if this neighborhood's considered Blackline Prairie, but I know the soil in this neighborhood's very fertile. And
Yeah,
people
we're very
like
close
grow.
to river.
Yes.
So river is hardly like a 2-3 minute walk from my house. So I'm pretty sure that on some point river was flowing till here, and so that definitely make the soil a little bit more fertilizer than rest. Yeah.
Mhm.
Which river?
The lower Colorado.
Yeah, the lower Colorado.
Or like Town Lake?
Town Lake
Yeah,
or
the
Ladybird
Ladybird.
Lake.
Lady. So I'm very close to 35, and she's established.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And that when you moved here, like you definitely thought about that. Like you knew that you wanted to live in this neighborhood because the soil was good, right?
I wanted to live in this neighborhood because I like to live close to a big water body, and I can walk to the places because so it's been 5.5 years. I moved here from New Delhi, and for me, I like the idea of seeing lots of people around, even though I'm I have my moments of feeling like, oh, it's too much. But living here was more of I want to be around people. Like I want to see people walking on roads, and it's a very beautiful green garden. If you walk in this garden, you can see lots of bananas growing, and different kind of because it's it used to be lots of Latino communities, so they still have those beautiful houses and bananas and those tropical plants.
Yeah. Well, I saw that a lot of people piped in and answered some of the questions. There was a
Thank you
good
for that.
question about how to use turmeric. And so turmeric root, it's dried and powdered and used in curries.
And you can also use turmeric, just, you make it as a herbal tea. You just chop little, just boil it. And, people take shots. You can also use it in your smoothie, in your juice. I don't know if you heard about people take the turmeric shot. So there are so many ways you can use turmeric.
Like
I take the pills
Yes.
for joint pain. It works great.
Yeah. Well, it was so easy last year that from one plant I got, okay, where I'm going, my hands. I'm trying to put my hands here. So this much from one plant, I'm trying to show my hand. Okay,
There you go.
this much of turmeric from one plant, and the flower was beautiful. So that's what I'm saying. If you don't use turmeric, at least for the flower, grow it. And it loves the shade. It loves the, so if you don't have if you have some shade area where you get like some sun, some shade, ginger and turmeric loves that. So you do not need a full sun for it. And again, they doesn't like too much water either. Some water, and they're good.
Mhm.
Is there any other-
Let's see. Do we miss any other questions? It looks like we got the answer for which plant was for memory.
Go to Kola, Brahmi.
Yeah. Is there any other questions? Oh, let's see. Someone asked about the orchid. What was the name of the orchid?
It's called Chinese ground orchid. Chinese ground orchid.
They have the pink variety at Barton Springs Nursery, I think I bought, but I've never seen the red variety.
Yeah, so I put that one last year, and I thought that's gonna die in the snow, but big and beautiful, and now it's blooming. So yeah, things doesn't kill it. So if you love, I love orchids, but they're just pinky. You know, you have to know so many things to keep an orchid going. So for me, that's the savior. It's like, that's going to be my orchid now. I'm going to send a list to people like, hey, if you buy me plant, and especially orchid, please, this is the one, get me that one.
Did you answer the question about the plant for memory? I didn't see that one.
That's Brahmi, go to Kola.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay, well, if we don't have any other questions, I think that we can do our ice cream social now.
And as I said, if you need any kind of seed of these plants, I have plenty. Please reach out to Angel, and yeah, we will definitely get you some seeds.
Well, what a beautiful garden and great presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning
Yeah,
in.
we definitely have our own running into the issues, but we survived. And thank you for sticking in. And yeah, I mean, so many questions. So that's beautiful.
Yeah.
So